Vicky
Cross!
Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a brand new series that you all voted for that has been very long awaited. And we will be reacting to some of our favorite B-sides.
Yes, back in June. I think it was June. When we had a poll for what our next series would be, the overwhelming majority, as in, what was it, 52% of you all voted for our top B-sides for the series. Just for reference, the next highest had 24% of the votes. We are now finally starting the series in August. It took us a little bit of time to figure out exactly how we wanted to do this because B-sides is just like a very broad topic. Did we want to do it by groups? By year? We decided to do it by year. Kind of. Semesters?
School semesters!
Half year.
Alright, so there will be 15 episodes in the series, and we will be going backwards from 2021 all the way to the first half of 2014 in half-year increments. And for each of the episodes, we each got to choose one song from the entire 6 months, one B-side that we liked.
But some rules, limitations that we put on ourselves for the songs that we chose. One of them was that we could not repeat groups/artists. So like if I have a 17 song, Peyton can have a 17 song too, but I can't have another 17 song throughout this entire series. Also, these are based on the songs that we are listening to at the time, especially throughout this YouTube channel. Like, we've reacted to a lot of groups that we missed out on, like earlier on when they debuted or like during those times. So unfortunately, those will not be included. It was literally what we were listening to at the time. So like, what were Peyton and Anna listening to in 2014?
The videos that we chose also must have a nice quality video to it for us to react to. That can be a live stage, a performance video, a dance practice, and we get to choose which video it is because
It's our favorite.
it's our favorite. And we also cannot have already reacted to it. So there have been some B-sides that we've reacted to as part of series or as requests that were taken out of consideration because we already have reactions on them.
Yes. And finally, for the commentary, it's going to be a little bit different from the usual reactions that we do. Instead of like super deep analysis, since it's our favorite B-sides, the person who chose the song is just going to talk about why they like it. But if the other person also knows the song really well and really, really likes the song too, they can also like cut in with a few things.
Last thing, we will also be watching in the order that they were released in for that half of the year.
Yes.
So, what will we be watching today, Anna?
So first is my song that I chose, which is by MCND. English title is called Not Over. Korean title is 아직 끝난 거 아니다. So 사투리.
And the second song that we'll be watching is my choice. It is my Gravity Babies, and it's their Bad Habits release. So, that being said, let's go!
So for those of you who don't know, this song, Not Over, by MCND, was a B-side for the title track that came out in the beginning of this year, Udangtang Crush. That album was released on January 8th, so very, very early for like the 6 months of 2021 that we're coming out of for this episode. And the video that we will be watching is the special music video that they released for it, because they basically promoted this. They promoted this in March. Yes, this music video came out in March. Yes, just go.
Yeah.
Cool. They're so cute.
I also really like this song.
I feel like I'm just gonna embarrass myself.
They're so cute!
아, 행복해. Do I just watch this how I usually watch this? I don't know.
You still gotta react a little bit.
I know.
Oh!
탕탕탕! then it goes all chaotic.
Oh.
Ah! What is that hat?
It's fashion.
I don't know fashion. Oh, they're so cute.
Nice.
I know.
Deep voice.
He's a baby.
They're such fun performers.
I'm like kind of tumbling a little bit right now because usually I would listen to this with my headphones in. Wow.
Meow.
So we don't really have like set categories of how we're going to talk about why we like these songs. So I'm just going to say I like them a lot.
Is that your comment?
That's it, done! For those of you who haven't seen it yet, maybe you did see MCND Udangtang Crush, the title track for this one, was our first comeback reaction of 2021. And that reaction just had very interesting energy.
Had weird energy.
It just spoke to me and they were like, Anna, you need to adopt this group. So I did adopt this group.
They? Who's they? The voice. How come every time we react to MCND, the energy is so weird?
I don't know. Do you have anything that you would like to say before I just start getting weird?
I also really like this song. Not as much as Anna does, but it's just a really hype song and they're really great performers and I also listen to it quite often. So when she chose it, I was like, we're gonna have a party.
I kind of said in the middle of the reaction that I like have to hold myself back a little bit. Like usually when I'm listening to the song, it's like with my headphones in, volume is louder than it probably should be in my ears.
Anna's gonna go deaf at a young age. If y'all knew how loud she listened to music. Okay,
and then
continue.
like it's, you know, like teenage movies where it's like the main female character singing along to a song in front of her mirror. That's how I listen to the song. And like a lot of headbanging and hairography going everywhere. So that's how I listen to this. So I don't think everyone would have wanted to see that. Also, I would not have been in frame if I listened to this how I usually listen to this. But it is like a really hype song, but also like it has all these elements of like just songs that I really like. I'm sure you could notice the kind of elements that I like and focus on if you were seeing what I was singing along to in this.
Mhm.
Like second verse when Win is rapping, the do 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 in the background, all the different pitches, and also all the like high pitched synths that go like doo. I also really like those. It's just very fun and playful.
Just Anna's style.
Yeah, and like I usually prefer songs that are more like melodic than like rap heavy. Just typically, like that's just like my personal preference, and this does have like more singing in it than like their other title tracks do. I really like it.
Alright, next! I'm so excited. Okay, so for my song, I chose Gravity Bad Habits, which was a B-side on their Hideout Be Our Voice Season 3. The title track off of that album was My Turn, which we also had a reaction to. And that album was released on January 19th, so also very early in this year. And then they also did like a B-side promotion with this song in March, so same time frame. And the Bad Habits performance video that kicked off those promotions came out on March 11th, but we will be watching the dance practice because I get to choose which version we watch. Also because the performance video's got like lots of flashing lights, so
Yeah.
safety! Let's get into it and I'll talk more in a minute.
There's one part from this video that I'm waiting for, and I'm sure that you know what it is.
It's such an interesting start! How many times have I watched this? The limit does not exist. I also like there's two versions of the dance practice, but this one follows them around the way they do it on stage.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh.
I like that it's the one that follows them but doesn't go too close, so you can still see most of like everything that's happening. Because you know some dance practices are like that.
Yeah. And the dance is so good for this one. Oh! I love this song.
Oh, I know.
It's so satisfying to watch too.
Oh.
Bum 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 bum.
Ay, 이거야.
Gotta keep you on your toes, man.
Oh my god.
Look at him doing facials in the dance practice.
Way to your heart.
So proud.
One of the ways to your
One
heart.
of the ways. Youngtae! Your heart's gonna be here soon.
Hmm? You're so cute.
I just love them.
I know. Wow.
Head back.
Wow.
Sit up. Good job, Mimi.
저기요.
Serim's duality on stage versus off stage is shocking. Okay, sweetheart. Anna doesn't really know this song, which means I basically just get to talk about how much I like.
I feel like I need to say, like, I'm sure you could tell by the reaction. I kind of know it tangentially because Peyton listens to it a lot and sings along to it a lot. And I have watched this dance practice before, but, like, I haven't adopted Gravity like the way Peyton has. So.
Anyways, let me talk about my children. Yes, if you didn't know already, I've been looking for excuses to talk about them in every video possible. I have adopted Gravity since this came out. I adore them. And part of the reason that I ended up choosing this was because when a song makes me like or stan a group, it becomes like one of my favorite songs that they will ever put out. And it's this song. Like, we reacted to Gravity before this, and I remember even having a conversation with Anna where I was like, yeah, like, they're good. Like, I want to see what they do in the future. But then this song was like, I love them. And I don't know, there's something about it where I feel like they fit this vibe really well, which is funny because off stage they're all like babies and must be protected and real cute, which is like, I commented in the middle about how Stadium especially, even my mom was like, I would never have thought they were even the same person when I have like showed her videos of them off stage.
Your mother knows.
My mother knows them. My mom also really likes this song. That's when you know. Part of the reason I also chose the dance practice, aside from the flashing lights, is this is the first video of it that I saw. Like, it popped up in my recommended when it came out. The dance is what caught my eye first, because it's just so satisfyingly together. And the way that it's built is so interesting, because like even though it's a little bit more repetitive than some of their title tracks, which is common for B-sides, it's like constantly moving and switching formations, and they're all like individually highlighted. And like I said, in this dance practice, they're still like performing, which I adore. But yeah, I think the song too, it's not honestly surprising that I like the song. Like, it's kind of got a darker vibe to it.
They're all wearing black.
They're all wearing black. In the actual video, like, it's very dark. Like, they're in a lot of parking garages and like standing over you, that sort of thing. I just think it's really impressive. So
We've kind of said that when it comes to K-pop, your music style would be like the teenage angst
yeah.
songs.
Yeah, which is exactly what this is. But without fail, every single time that I watch this, at the very end, I'm like, whatever you say, sweetheart. Because they're so cute off stage!
But then they're saying that they're savage and the baddest.
And when I rebel, I'm like,
Not to like...
I mean, some of them are still minors, so...
Yeah.
I just love them a lot.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep being like, they're
Yeah.
you know? Alright, so... we have now come to the end of our first episode of our favorite B-side series, our top B-sides for the first half of 2021, or 2021 till now, since we're like barely into the second half. It was not too difficult to choose B-sides for this year because we both wanted to show off our children, but there were still a lot of really good albums that came out this year.
Oh my.
So, our challenge to you all, what was your one favorite B-side from the first half of 2021?
Also, they don't have the limitation that we had of it has to have a good quality video.
Yeah, but still, it'll actually be harder because they don't have a limit.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, it'll be harder. And let us know if you knew these songs beforehand, if you just heard them for the first time and want to learn more about either of these groups. We will happily tell you about them.
Yes. It's like the parents that are like, look at my children!
That's my baby!
Like, pulls the picture out of their wallet, like the school yearbook picture photos, wallet size. But if you want to talk more with us about these songs, about these groups, about this series, about anything really, then feel free to reach out to us on our socials, which are linked in the cards. And if you enjoyed this video and are excited for our series in the future, in the upcoming weeks, months,
15 episodes, everyone.
Ooh! Then be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye!